Well, this house is special to us because first of all, this is our first house. In this house, we have taken a lot of time to design it with all our heart. Hello, I am architect Shipra Singh, the owner and architect of this house.
Hi, I am architect Rohit Parmar. Me and Shipra are partners at Studio0522.
In Lucknow, it's an architecture and design practice. So the inspiration behind having this house was having a house which is really simple, honest in its aesthetics, having a minimal approach towards space creation, and having a very soothing visual appeal, because we wanted something which will blend seamlessly with our lifestyle and also be timeless. And that is what that simplicity, that minimalism also reflects in the aesthetics, where we have kept it very minimal with minimal usage of colors and textures. Like we have the palette which just has grays and whites with some tones of wood. So we made use of this opportunity. We created large openings, like in the living room there's a large opening with a slider from Fenesta, which has like a security glass double glazed window, which gives a very wide angle view to the lake.
Our home is actually northeast facing. So what we try to do is that the room that we had in front, so we have created a L-shaped window there, which allows the morning sunlight to penetrate deep inside the room. So this is something which is very unique, and we feel so that Fenesta has done their job very well in creating that L-shaped kind of windows. The most beautiful part about this home is that whenever anybody visits this home, or whenever we are also inside this, it's more about the lake and rather than the house itself. So wherever we see a view of the lake, we love that place, be it the terrace, be it the balcony, be it the corner window of our space. Other than that, I would say the staircase area, that whole big void that we have created, which has a bit of greenery and bit of that eccentric staircase in it. So I feel so that we have done a good job there. There's a very nice color blue to it, and then I love going around that space a lot.
Actually, this house reflects our personality, because when you're designing it for the client, it's not just you who are part of the project, it's the client also. It's the client's personality also that reflects in the project. And we feel that we have done justice to what our sense of aesthetics is. So the site faces a lake. This is the Kathauta Lake. The site is located at Vastukhand. After the lake, there is a green belt. So this lake is lined up with a lot of trees. And luckily, the trees that are right in front of the site are the amaltas trees. So this looks really beautiful in the flowering season. The trees covered with yellow flowers. So this is the road, and then we have the site. This is a 200 square meter site. 20 meters and 10 meters, absolute rectangle. So with a site like this, it became very important for us to respond to this context of lake that was there. In order to do it, we introduced an angular axis in the plan. One part becomes the office, so it kind of segregates the office, and then the other part we have a nice court which becomes the central spine, and it connects the top floors. So this court also becomes the entrance, the side entrance to the residence. It has a floating staircase which then takes person to the first floor. This, along with, there's a rear courtyard also at the back end of the house, and then some front setback. These three combined together, along with bigger openings facing the lake, this kind of brings in a lot of breeze from the lake up to the rear end of the house. There are openings aligned with this coat, which brings a lot of light to the internal spaces, and again a lot of wind movement happens through this. So this, with the help of 1, 2 and 3, these open spaces, we are able to have a lot of natural light and ventilation in the entire plan. So functionally, our requirement was that we needed a studio space along with our residence. So biggest challenge was to have a space which was independent, a formal office space, whereas it will also be connected with the residence.
When you are into different spaces at home, you have to think about, like, when you have your parents or your kid around, and when you are in your workspace, then you have to take care about your the studio and your team as well. So probably you have to take these roles differently, and you also have to learn a lot about switching on and switching off when you are in the same space.
So we made sure that the office is as independent as possible. Then again, the aesthetics of the office should also feel like office. It should not look like part of the residence. The people who are visiting from outside should not feel as if, it's part of a residence. It should look completely independent office. This is the house where we live with our parents and our daughter. So there's like a 3-generation living together. It's not like a hotel or a restaurant where you go for some time, spend the time and come back. It's where you want to be peaceful for the rest of your day, for the rest of your life. So you really want something that will feel comfortable to you, that will feel convenient, that will also has to be timeless.
We try to create spaces which are where the architecture and the interior design exercise happens simultaneously. Particularly talking about Fenesta, I feel so that with Fenesta we have found a very dependable partner in terms of the quality they provide, in terms of solutions they provide. They address our requirements really well, and the timelines, they make sure that they meet them as per the agreement and all. So we feel so that it's a very good brand to work with, and it's a very dependable partner in terms of doing up your spaces. In one line, I would say, overall, it's a beautiful balance between textures, between private and public spaces, between warmth and coldness of a surface. I think it's a perfect balance that we have achieved.